Hello, welcome to Turkish Hour. Turkish Prime Minister Mr. Erdogan and Turkish Foreign Affairs Minister Mr. Babacan are still here in New York continuing their meetings in the United Nations. And Turkish Hour will follow them for you. Let's watch.
Turkish Prime Minister Recep Tayyip Erdogan attended annual friendship dinner reception that was organized by the Turkish Cultural Center. The Turkish Cultural Center is a non-profit organization devoted to the promotion of Turkish culture in the United States and that aims to contribute to national and global peace by sharing Turkey's heritage of tolerance and understanding. 800 distinguished international guests attended the friendship dinner at the Waldorf Astoria, where the guest of honor was U.S. Senator and candidate for presidency, Mrs. Hillary Rodham Clinton.
My native Turkey, and I know that many of you feel exactly the same way.
In her speech, Senator Clinton underlined the importance of Turkish-American relations and the friendship between the two countries. After the senator's speech, Prime Minister Erdogan stated the vital importance of peace and elimination of poverty globally. He indicated that the global amount of money spent for weapons is $1 trillion and he proposed to spend this money for peace and elimination of poverty and illiteracy. The evening, which marked a critical point in enhancing international relations and understanding, concluded with Turkish music and the Sema ceremony of whirling dervishes.
Everything from the language to the culture to the people to the history of the nation. I spend a lot of time telling my American family and all my friends who the Turks are, the history from the Selçuks to the Osmanlı to Prime Minister Erdogan and Atatürk, of course.
I've lived in this country for about 39 years and have always retained my Turkish identity. And I'm very happy that Turkey is doing so well economically.
Actually, even though I've only been to Turkey once, my wife has been there a couple of times, and we feel a very close relationship with Turkey. And I think if somebody told me that for the rest of my life I had to only eat Turkish food, I'd be very happy.
I'm Jan Danishman, and I fell in love with Turkey many years ago, and it's a pleasure to be here amongst all these nice people and celebrating love.
I would like to thank you to the Turkish Cultural Center for this event, and I really appreciate their efforts.
And it was nice to see Prime Minister Erdogan and also Hillary Clinton, of course. And I could see that actually the Turkish community has growing influence, political influence in America, and it's great because this is another example of the importance of immigrants to America and the kind of a contribution they can give to the country. So it's great to see.
I am Professor Shirley Ostholm. I'm a professor of political science at York College, which is part of the City University of New York. The event was absolutely fantastic. It was a wonderful evening of meeting some new friends, some old friends since I was here last year, an evening of sharing and dialogue. And the surprise and wonderful part of it was that we had the honor of hearing your Prime Minister Erdogan speaking.
My name is James Mindell, and I had the pleasure of attending the second Istanbul Conference on Global Democracy. And while there, I met Haldan Yanis, and he asked me to come and attend this dinner, and I'm very pleased to be here.
What a coincidence. How was the dinner?
Delicious, unparalleled. You have the best cuisine in the world. It's excellent. Love to see people from all over the world come together and have a great time. Just beautiful sentiments, beautiful food, beautiful music, a perfect evening.
It was splendid. The hospitality of the Turkish people always amazes me. Last summer I had the opportunity with a group from Fordham University to travel for 9 days in Turkey. And I was telling somebody this evening, the highlight of the trip, in addition to the history and culture, most of all was the hospitality of the people, because we went and visited in the homes of 4 different families in 4 cities. We were in Izmir, in Istanbul, Konya, Caesarea, and these people took us into their homes like we were family. And I felt the same thing again tonight. I feel perfectly at home, and the Turkish people are wonderful. And I think what is being done by the Turkish Cultural Center is marvelous, and hopefully this friendship that you build and that you share will grow.
This was a great night. I applaud all the efforts that went into the organization of this of tonight. It's very crucial. Turkish-American relationship is very crucial. We have to raise our voices. We have to tell the American people about ourselves. We have to introduce ourselves, and this is a good opportunity to do this. So I'm very happy to be here. I have been living in the States for 10 years. I have just moved to Turkey to become a member of the parliament. And I have learned a lot from the American people here and the American society. I like their understanding of diversity and tolerance to each other.
Thank you very much. It's always a privilege for me to talk to you. What can you tell us about tonight's event? How did it go? What were you expecting? And did it really exceed your expectations? How was it?
Tonight, like the guests that we invited were very distinguished guests, like more than 50 ambassadors and consular generals, presence of many colleges, elected officials, public officials, as you said, religious leaders, business leaders, and think tanks. So everybody was here. So it was really very, very distinguished guests, and the speakers were great. Hillary Clinton gave a wonderful message. The same thing from the Prime Minister's side. They shake hands and they showed a very important direction to the world. We need really peace at that region. I mean, this annual friendship dinner will be every year, and it will be always right after the General Assembly, I can say, and the next year's day we already reserved, September 27th. But we have other events, like we have a coming Turkish festival on November 8th, 9th, and 11th. The first 2 days will be at the Grand Central, and the last day will be at the Central Park. We bring 5 metropolitan cities, Istanbul, Ankara, Izmir, Konya, and Antalya, and they will introduce these cities and the customs and the cultures of these cities. And at the same time we bring the folk dance groups, Turkish wrestlers, very famous Turkish singer. I don't say the name right now, but you will see on November 11th. So we're expecting to have each day at the Grand Central more than 500,000 people visit Grand Central. So this number of people will have a chance to meet with the Turkish culture. That's the mission of the Cultural Center. So we meet what we want.
Değerli basın mensupları,